Any injury news? James Clark, is he possibly coming back or?
No, still not available. So hopefully between Luton and Bradford, probably for James. So that's where we're at with him. So he's we've had the scan come back on him. So yeah, he'll be. The plan is to be available for Bradford.
Any other worries at all? Or are you okay?
No. I think we're all good. We're at fully fit squad after manage one or two probably lads who haven't started the full pre-season with us. Priestley hopefully will become available for Luton. I dared to play him in that. So we're looking good at the minute. Really pleased with where everyone's at. Medical team and sports science have worked really hard along with the rest of the staff to enable us to be as fit as possible. So we're in a good place.
There's only one story in town about tomorrow's game, and it's the return of the man in town. How do you look? Is there added spice because it's Mike Flynn's return?
Not really for me, because it's another game, and he'll say the same thing. It's just Newport against Walsall, but what he did do was a terrific job for the football club. So the fans, I'm sure, will give him a warm welcome. So will I. And then it's about a game of football then, and that's the most important thing for us.
Because people go back to clubs and get mixed reactions, but you want the fans to be good to Mike Flynn at least before the first whistle goes.
Yeah, there won't be mixed reactions. He'll get the reception he deserves for sure.
What sort of job did he do, and what sort of squad did you inherit?
Well, it's been brilliant for me because I was able to hit the ground running to where I want to be. It's very unique sometimes that a manager takes over a team that's doing particularly okay, and it's his decision to part ways, if you like. And I don't know the full context behind it, but for me, it was left in a good position where I could then move things forward in a direction that I thought was good for the football club, along with Wayne at the time. And then we've progressed and moved in a direction that we see fit. There's no right or wrong way in doing things in football, and that's the beauty of it and the way things are done. But what Michael did, and Wayne, by the way, did a terrific job.
Yeah, and you will know, being a Newport boy, it's possible that had not the Great Escape happened, it's possible the club might not be around.
Yeah, exactly, and I probably wouldn't be sat here. So, yeah, fair play to them. And Mark O'Brien's goal, by the way, as he tells me every day. But then Mickey backs that one up with his goal as well. So let's not forget about that.
But as I say, being someone who's attached to the club, who knows the club, you understand the significance of what happened that season and beyond.
Yeah, I remember it because I remember we played Huddersfield away last game of the season. I think we kicked off later at Huddersfield, and we beat Huddersfield away, and that was Warnock's first season the following year that we got promoted. So I remember it well. I remember it.
So you say there's no added spice for you, but there will be for the crowd up there.
Probably, but and I'll keep saying it, is that the most important thing for me is that we've got to focus on what we've been trying to do all week and what we've been trying to do all pre-season, and focus around the way of our play, our style, and what we've tried to evolve to make us the best we can possibly be.
Would it be odd having not so much Mike Flynn, but Wayne Hatswell in the opposite dugout?
Yeah, that'll be the strange one for me. That'll be the strange one for me more than anything else, really. But it's like I spoke to him last week. We said that we won't speak this week now until after the game, and then we'll have a beer after the game, whatever happens. And that's football. Done it before when I wasn't manager at Cardiff, but when Trolls was at Brighton. You know, it's part and parcel of football. That's football, and it's we're professional in what we need to do.
And you got over it because you thought he was going to be, that he might still be here now, but you got over him going. You understood it.
Well, I've not got divorced, so it's not a case of that. It was that bad at it. It was a case football happens and things change over a period of time, and we are what we are now. And I've got a great assistant in Carl, and a first team coach in Jaron, a goalkeeping coach in Jim, and the rest of my staff. So it's we're in a good position, but it's not like me and Wayne had a divorce and then just kind of don't speak.
Fine. The main thing is you need to get a win under your belt, having had a decent draw last week.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing, is that it's next game mentality, and we've got to try and win as many games as possible.
And the home form dipped, fair to say, last season. You picked up more points away than at home. How important is it for the home form this season to be back on track, if you want to put it that way?
Yeah, exactly. What I'm conscious of out of those games that we didn't get results, 2 of those halves of those 5 games were not to the levels that we should have been at. In certain elements and certain moments in those games, we weren't quite at it. But now it's 8 new signings, 6 started on the weekend. It's a totally different team in many ways in personnel. So we just got to focus on trying to get our performance right, and then I'm sure that we'll get the results that we deserve. And this is just all part of the journey for us.
And last one from me. What will fans who didn't go to Sutton last week, what will they see different to how you, apart from the new players, but will they see a difference in style when they turn up at Rodney Parade on Saturday, when they watch you for the first time?
They'll see elements of different styles, I think, to suit different moments of the game, where we try to create an environment where players now can make the decisions for themselves at the right moment. So when the right moment to play and play through lines, or when the right moment to go in behind and penetrate, to get outcomes, to get shots off on goal, to get set plays. I think it's more of an evolving team to play the oppositions we're playing against, if that makes sense. So if a team gives us space to play, we'll play. If a team doesn't give us space to play, then we might have to go in behind a little bit more often. And we've got probably a more robust personnel now to be able to do that, both physically and mentally, and from a decision-making point of view. So it'll always be a team that they'll be proud of. I'll guarantee them that, because they'll work their socks off. And I think you can see that on Saturday at Sutton with however many elbows we had to the face, Declan Drysdale getting whacked, having 6 stitches, getting up, getting on with it. And that's where we're at the minute. There's a massive fight for the cause. So it'll always be a team they'll be proud of, because I want to be proud of my team as well.
All the best, James. Thanks.
Right, nice one.
Morning, James.
Morning, Chris.
In any other week, do you normally chat with Wayne a bit then, or the odd message or 2?
Yeah, quite often. But it's just now it's one of those weeks where you're just planning on the game to get the best possible result for yourself. So yeah. He's
entertaining in the technical area. You're the same, aren't you? So it's
yeah, okay.
I say, well, dugout. So did you say you're changing dugout? Did you say that? Or
yeah, we were thinking about it. We're just waiting to confirm that or not, whether we do it or not.
Yeah. In terms of what will be different things that will you need tomorrow to what you did at Sutton? Where the Walsall differ?
Well, we're going to have to set our press up a little bit different, because Walsall can do both. They can build, but then they can go direct into the front or to wide of their front line, if you like. So we need to be mindful of that. We need to be mindful of the variation on set plays, which was always evident when I've seen things before from a Michael Flynn and team. And they're going to be hard working and endeavour like every team in League Two. So we've got our way of play that we'll stick to, but also then we have to be always mindful of the opposition with what they do.
And as you said about sort of evolving your style, as it were, do you have to be careful about drip feeding that, the long game throughout the season, rather than trying to do too much too soon with a squad? Yeah,
I think that was the whole point of pre-season, was to be able to get the information, and that's why we needed to get the signings done as early as what we did, because we needed to be able to implement our way of play early, and hence why we got 7 through the door before first day. 6, and then Adam came a couple of days later. Then Omar came a couple of days after that. But the way of play is that it should, and at times you always have to evolve at times to find different things, because once you start playing a certain way, teams can suss it out. Then you have to evolve again. It's that constant evolution to how you play.
And the games against Walsall last year, they were dramatic. I know you weren't there for the first one, but it was a late winner, and then that was New Year's Day was one of the maddest games I've ever seen. So It's
And when you score 3 goals away from home, you're thinking you're going to win the game, and then you can see from set plays. It was always disappointing, but it's a new season, it's a new dawn, as they say, a new day. So we just we go with it for tomorrow.
where you're going to start singing there, but it was
James Rowberry.
It'd be a great atmosphere as well in the first game at home. Should be a good crowd. Now Walsall wanting more tickets and blah blah blah. It should be a great way to kick off.
Yeah, I hope so. The fans are so important for us. They're a vital part to what we do. We really do need them to make Rodney Parade a fortress even more this year to help us with what we do. So I have no doubt they will, and they'll support us as best we can. And we just want to make them proud, and I thank them all for their support. I really, really do.
Yeah. Finally, I presume it's, as you were with the loanee, it's probably, is that going to go deep into August?
Possibly. I'm hoping to get something done early next week.
Okay.
That's progressing as we see fit. So it might be 1, it might be 2. We'll have to wait and see where we're at. So I think things have come up this week which have been a benefit to us. So we'll have to wait and see. That I can't commit to that right now, but we're in a good place with regards to where we're at with recruitment. I'm really pleased at the minute.
I mean, you said it's a number 10 is what ideally what your first target.
That's one that we definitely need. That's one that we definitely need for me. So we'll wait and see what comes next week.
Is the other one, does that come from clubs? You've mentioned how Darren's built relationships. Is that from clubs coming to you rather than you chasing them then? The second part of that.
Yeah. Which shows we're in a good place. We're in a good place. So I'm not going to give too much more away on it, because I said I'd always be honest if you ask me questions. Yeah. So it's the point where we're at the minute. We've got, I'm in the ideal world, I'm hoping for 2 more. If it's 1, it's 1, because that was always the target, but potentially it could be 2.
Do you have to weigh it up though? If you need them in a sense. I know managers always want more, but sometimes you're working with a squad that you're happy with.
Yeah, I am. And it's always that. You've always got to evolve as well. Like I said earlier, you've got to evolve certain elements. So when certain players come up and you've got the opportunity to take them, then and it fits within budget, then it's something you have to look at and kind of think, well, is it right for the football club? Is it also right for that lad coming in as well? So I'm really excited by it, to be honest.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for your honesty as usual. See you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.